2018 Keysanity tournament. Our racers are getting started off here. I'm Sinak, and my co-commentator should be coming here shortly. And the first is a bottle to get this started off with. To be able to turn that into stick kit and route that in. Won't be forgetting it this time. And it looks like Troupster is going to do a Houlihan play, whereas Maligord is going to, looks like he's going to go ahead and pay a visit to the Lumberjack. He's going to grab himself those delicious 225 rupees. And that tree pole, that's 80 rupees right there as well. And some single greens. And the ice rod in Link's chest. And also cashing in again and getting himself some more rupees. Whereas Troupster over here is going to go ahead and make a play to Uncle and Uncle's chest. Also getting himself some more rupees there from that tree pole. And Maligord picks up that red mail. And Uncle just delivers on some bombs. But those will be pretty useful when he enters Kakariko. And that tree pole for Maligord getting him some more money. Kind of capitalizing on that. Since Maligord only has one bomb, he's going to have to go ahead and buy more if he wants to clear up Kakariko. But since he has that bottle, he can go ahead and also check the sick kit at the same time. I missed again what Troupster found at Lumberjack. Chat, can you help me out here? And Troupster now picking up the red mail, or the blue mail, I should say. And the bottle vendor just giving some bombs. Maligord finds the flippers. We won't be looking for those this race. And just a big 20 in the chest there in the well. And a key for Skull Woods. By the way, shout outs to our tracker today, Liam Atlas. And Troupster is literate. And Troupster also finds a big key for Desert Palace. Now each player going to start going over what each other had checked here in Kakariko. With Maligord going down and checking the library in the race game. I wonder if he'll go ahead and do this blind. And just a big heart there at the race game, but since he's already here, he might as well just go ahead and grab it. It's still a lot of health, especially this early in the game.
Hey everybody, I'm just here to join in and help out. I'm gonna take a few minutes to catch up, but I'm sure I'll catch on quick.
Yeah, I think we've got the tracker up to date now. Chad, if you do see anything, feel free to help him out. We did get a little late started there. So, how are you doing today, Scody?
I am doing great. How about yourself?
Not bad. I mean, I had to kind of make stuff up at the beginning here while I was waiting for somebody else, but I'm glad I got some backup. Just finding just an arrow capacity upgrade there in the well.
So it looks like we've been pretty dry on keys so far. We really haven't found too much in the way of progression either. It looks like Kakariko was pretty dry today.
Yeah, we did find some good early items, and we did find ourselves a blue mail, which will help our runners out a little bit. And Maligord also went for the Houlihan. Troupster had not. Hence the money difference there a little bit.
So we see Maligord trying to take out these mini Moldorms with bombs. It'd be a bit tricky, but he got through it just fine.
And a nice 4 bomb there. Those will come in helpful later.
We'll see what he finds here. Just a rupee, some more bombs, that's always nice. Green goo is always helpful, but we didn't really find too much to tell us where to go, did we?
Oh no. I guess he's gonna probably make a play for Ice Rod Cave yet. Kind of makes sense at this point, you know, get it out of your head so you don't forget about it later.
I suppose looking down I see we got the big key to desert and the book, so I assume they'll be heading there shortly.
Yes. So while we're waiting here, with Troupster just clearing out this cave, Keysanity is basically like your traditional randomizer, except as you saw, the small keys, big keys, compasses, and maps are scattered all throughout the world. We're also not going to know where our dungeons are at. And I guess there's our lift upgrade.
Early flippers is always nice. If you can check out that Ice Rod Cave, it just kind of flows right into checking these spots, doesn't it?
Yeah, and also with those early flippers, and he has enough money also to go ahead and give Zora a check as well, which may prove useful. Looks like we find a key on the Hylian Island there. Not quite sure what that is yet.
It's pretty exciting. We're going to find out if this Houlihan play pays off. I can only assume Troupster is going to go straight to Zora.
Yeah, and based on where he's going right now, that seems 100% the case. Almost. Maybe not.
I got faked out.
Yep, I got duped. Wait, did he go Ice Rod Cave yet? He may not have.
No, he's setting up there now. So we're getting our first look at the waterfall ferry. More bombs, and an always nice heart container.
And we'll go ahead and see what's also on the Zora ledge here. Just a big 20. And he's going to go ahead and bail out because he doesn't have enough Zora money. Need 500 rupees, and he's not quite there yet. The tier 1 pull on the trees was 420 rupees, so that also kind of accounts for some of Troupster's money.
Looks like Maligord is heading down desert. So there's just, what, 2 chests he can legitimately check there? Because I don't know if he can try to fight. So yeah, I mean, he can see what's on the torch and get a couple other chests. Not too much. We'll see what he can get from Agana and what's on the desert ledge.
Yeah, because like until we find that lamp, the Death Mountain really isn't in logic yet. And there's the Moon Pearl.
Oh, that Houlihan play is enormous.
All right, so now that Troupster has that Moon Pearl, he has part 2 of the Dark World Access package.
It could take Maligord so long to go up to Zora. This could just be such an enormous advantage.
Yes. And looks like now Troupster is going to go ahead and put those gloves to work there and at least check the back half of Escape. Oh, there's the hook shot and the lamp.
Well, if that doesn't call Death Mountain, I don't know what does.
Yeah, Death Mountain would be the logical play at this point. There's a lot of chests now open to him over there.
But it looks like he's going to go check out Sahasrara and maybe Eastern first.
It makes sense. There's still some items there, and if it happens to get the Titan mitts, then that even opens up more stuff for him to check. It kind of makes. It's a play I would have probably made too. Green Pendant in the Ice Palace.
That's a bit of a scary one. Nobody really wants to go into Ice Palace. It's a bit of a slow dungeon, and I don't know, having that extra item in there might make you go there a little sooner once you find what, the Fire Rod or Bombos.
Yeah, that plus Dark World access would open that up in the logic at least to enter. Maligord is going to check escape here and be kind of happy about what he finds. We'll see if he goes straight to Death Mountain or goes in, makes an Eastern play first.
Yeah, I don't blame Troupster one bit. It's tough to go up to Death Mountain without a sword, because you never know when you're going to find that hammer or whatever to get into Hera. You always want a sword, right?
Yeah, exactly. But we're just finding a... Sorry, go ahead.
Looks like Maligord's heading straight up to Death Mountain. No hesitation.
We'll go ahead and see if this pays for him. It'd be kind of bad though if he finds the Titan's mitts up here.
Really, just finding any progression is just probably putting Maligord behind at this point. I think he really needs there to be nothing for a little while, so Zora has to be the play for him.
And Maligord stealing some of the old man's cash there. While Troupster is making good use of that hook shot, moving quickly through Eastern.
Oh, there's our mitts up on the mountaintop. I don't know how long it'll take before Maligord gets there, but at least he knows right where to go.
That is a fairly spicy location for him, because yeah, where is that mirror now? That's the question.
Yeah, it really limits the places where that mirror can be, unless we find some castle tower keys.
And we're finding our, what would be our second pod key on Maligord's side. Now Troupster's going to go ahead and check Uncle and maybe go ahead and clear out... Yeah, it looks like that's what he's doing.
Gonna go to that dark room in the back of Escape first. I don't think either runner checked that earlier.
And we're getting a check on our first items here in Paradox Cave. So far it's been junk. We'll see what the 5 chests up top here have to say.
Troops are setting up that death warp. All for a compass. Oh, we got some boots.
And an Ice Palace big key. And a Misery Mire big key.
Ironically, right after we see the mitts, we find the keys that we definitely need the mitts for, so...
But fortunately not finding the mirror, which may lead him back over to Zora now that he has a bit more money. He might opt to find the rest of that cash. Assuming that Spiral Cave has nothing.
Yeah, there really can't be too many places left for him to check. I don't know if he's been to escape. I assume he has not. The front half, just like Troupster's doing right now. There can't be too many other places to check unless he comes across the mirror hammer.
All right,
I
looks
suppose
like we
just
got.
hammer.
Looks like we found some blue, some green goo up on the island there, Death Mountain.
Troops are using a combination of hookshot and bombs to get through escape.
Doing a pretty good job manipulating that guard. That can be kind of a pain sometimes.
Yeah, that was a really nice kill.
And the Hyrule Castle key on Maligord's side. They're in Spiral Cave. Alright, now what does he do next? Yeah, it looks like he's going to do a Stahashala and Eastern play.
There's the mirror and escape in Zelda's chest, so Troupster is gonna be ready to go once we get Dark World access here.
And that will also open up. That'll also open up the rest of Dark World Death Mountain as well for him, and a lot more chests that he can check.
A couple chests in Hera. Yeah, Troupster is well on his way to opening this wide open. I always like that super speed glitch, but it looks even better when it's Sonic.
God, they go fast, right? Troupster making his way up to Spectacle Rock there. Gonna be pretty happy about what he finds.
Troupster's trying the bomb jump here, see if he can save a little bit of time. And he got it. Nicely done.
That's like one of the harder bomb jumps to really do, because the gap is just so big on that.
So there's Troupster's mitts. He's gonna go up and check Ether Tablet and probably a couple chests in Hera.
Said know where the boss hides. Is that a big key?
I think it's a compass.
Okay. Alright, so junk. Alright. I'll admit, like, I've completely forgotten what the compass actually does in this game vanilla.
You mean it doesn't count your items?
I guess not.
Oh, and there's our hammer and Hera. Maligord is really gonna regret not doing Houlihan. I wonder if it's gonna change the rest of the tournament for him. Troupster's doing things in a little different order than Maligord, so he doesn't have the boots yet for the Spiral Cave, so we get to see a slow walk.
Alright, looks like Maligord is going into the castle. He's gonna find that mirror, but it's gonna throw him off track from that moon pearl.
Yeah, the mirror will probably lead him right back up to Hera to get the mitts and hammer, but without the moon pearl, he still won't be able to access the Dark World.
Oh, Troupster, oh, never mind. Taking a kind of interesting route here in Death Mountain.
Yeah, it's a little different, but he's still gonna get his couple keys and boots. And maybe we'll get our first look at the medallion for Turtle Rock. I don't think I would have ever come to escape without having a better weapon. So, and both these runners did it, and they both made it look pretty simple.
What's wrong with bombs?
Yeah, I don't know. I always hesitate to go without a sword or at least maybe fire rod, hammer.
Yeah, something you're not gonna run out of.
Troops are just able to open everything on Death Mountain all at once.
And also, I just realized that with that hammer being found, Aghanim is dead. We're not going to be seeing any Aghanim at least that far. There's still 2 chests in there for our runners to check, but I don't think we found any castle tower keys yet. Alright, it looks like Misery Mire is in fact a crystal. I didn't see if it was a 5 or 6. Oh no, it would.
It was blue. It was number 4.
Yep.
There's another pod key and hookshot cave to go along with the red meringue. And some cash.
Oh, Maligard's putting those boots to work a little bit at least, and I'm gonna go ahead and check Bonk Rocks. Get himself some health.
And then we just gotta look. The Tower of Hera is another blue crystal.
Looks like we also found the Turtle Rock Big Key as well there in King's Tomb. That bunny sprite, it's pretty awesome. Shout outs to the sprite dev team, by the way, for making these sprites.
Maligord making his first and only trip up to Ether Tablet. And he's gonna come and find his hammer and try to figure out where to go from there.
Whereas Troupster's now going to go ahead and check Village of Outcasts or Skullwoods. See, it looks like I need to do a Skullwoods play first. I found that a lot of runners have been checking Skullwoods first before really going into Village of Outcasts proper.
And he's taking a little different route. Also, he didn't fall down the hole like you see most runners do. He just went to check that one chest because he had a key already.
That's a good routing decision there.
Yeah, nice use of the mirror. Looked like he was a little indecisive of checking this fourth chest, but
it's like
he's gonna
Maligord.
make the play.
Looks like Maligord is finally going to go ahead and farm some rupees here. To be able to make that Zora play that he needs to make.
There's our first GT small key.
So, here's the big question. Will Hype Cave be hype?
We are missing so much. Hype Cave has to have something good, right?
Kappa. We'll probably find a big key in here at least. Maybe the other fire rod. I'm
hoping for a sword.
Swords make the game too easy.
Bottle heart, rupees, and rupees. That is not hype.
Showing his displeasure with that last chest there.
I'd be saving those bombs. You need those for weapons.
And Maligord finally picks up that Moon Pearl. Gonna unlock the Dark World. Looks like he's gonna immediately go for Hype Cave as well.
On the bright side, he'll get his money back for the Moon Pearl, kind of quickly.
Yeah. Troupster's gonna go ahead and pick up that key. We're gonna find out what that was here in just a second.
Another pod key. Looks like that's going to be the early play. That looks like he's going straight there.
So at this point, with 4 pod keys, he can get to every chest except Helmasaur if he hammer yumps. Oh, with the exception of the
bow.
back 2. Yep, the back 2 keys there. It's like Desert and Turtle Rock are 5 and 6 crystals.
And they can complete Desert whenever they want, so we'll see how long it takes them to get to Turtle Rock. Maligord making his way up the pyramid, using that super speed with that Sonic is just so great.
And if you're... Well, there's part 1 of the package that we need to see that big chest.
And on the other side of the stream, Troupster just picked up the map to Thieves Town, so we're going to learn how important that key is.
And also... Oh, I thought he was going for a catfish for a second. You digging that?
Oh, nice. Oh, there's our flute.
The legend.
Troupster is skipping out on Village of Outcasts, means as soon as he goes back, he can activate his flute. Since he has to go there anyway.
Here's our first Turtle Rock key, found by Troupster. And let's go ahead and see if he may attempt the hammer yump here. And it doesn't look like he's going for it yet. So the hammer yump is it's basically a pixel perfect bomb jump across to that big chest.
They would essentially gain him 1 chest here, and then not having to make the return trip.
And it looks like we also found the big map, the map for pod, so we'll also know how important this dungeon is as well.
Well, Troupster decides to open this room instead to get just 20 rupees.
I think he's in a hammer yump.
Yeah, sure looks like you're right. This is a trick I've yet to learn, but it sure can pay off. Nicely done.
Yeah. I need to learn it too, so you're not alone. And the fire rod!
Fire rod.
That hammer yump pain. And the arguably better boomerang. And now that he's out of keys, he's going to have to bail out of here. Without the bow, he won't be able to progress any further.
And then we find out that it's just the red pendant for Pod. So we may not see a return trip. We'll have to see if that is important.
And we also have a crystal for Thieves Town as well.
So where would you go next?
Oh boy. Probably go and check Village of Outcasts and maybe do a southern sweep.
Yeah, I might check out the Mire area once I activated the flute and did Village of Outcasts. Check out the shed and see what medallion I needed. And then run that into Desert to complete that.
Maligord had finished up his tour of duty inside Skull Woods. It's like he's going to go ahead and pay the Village of Outcasts a visit. And Maligord now knows where the boss of Thieves Town's at. Oh, and by the way, did we see Samaria? Or are my eyes deceiving me?
We sure did.
And
There's Ether.
Yep.
I didn't see what medallion was needed for Mire, but it looks like chat is saying it might be Quake.
Yeah, I kind of missed it too. It was really fast. It looks like Maligord is going to go ahead and dip into Thieves Town. I mean, 4 easy chests that you can get, but without that big key, you won't be able to progress any further.
You were saying?
Speaking of big kings, well, never mind, I guess.
But do you use it without a sword?
Yeah, does he? Yeah, and without the cane, you'd have. Is blind vulnerable to the hammer?
I believe so.
Okay. So you could do hammer strats on blind, but you know that could be kind of tricky, just because of the hitbox on that.
Looks like Troupster's gonna go and clear out Desert. And Maligord found a Skull Woods key. Probably useless.
At this point, I'd probably have to agree. Maligord turning into Mario again. Maligord finding that almost like that, maybe like a spicy type of vanilla big key. He's gonna go ahead and check out the rest of French vanilla. Yeah, we'll go with French vanilla. He at least has access to. He also has the Thieves Town small key as well, so he'll be able to get into that big chest.
Yeah, he can full clear it. He can get blind to the room, but is he going to be able to do enough damage?
I suspect he'd probably try, and then if he probably can't do it, he'll probably just bail out and then do it later. It's pretty fast to get back to that boss. So
It is. But coming in from the bottom puts Blind in the weird spot for you. He still has a few chests to open to see if there's a sword.
And at least with blind, it doesn't matter what level sword you have, so there's that.
Troupster heading into the Landmo fight with almost a full magic bar and with the fire rod. See if you can make quick work of this fight. Fantastic.
It's such a beautiful Lamola's kill. And there's a Hera small key that unlocks the basement and an extra item.
That's nice to have before you get the big key, so you can do them both in one trip.
And that unlocks another item. Finding that Skullwood's big key there.
Is Troupster making the ice play?
I think he is. I mean, with that Canis Maria. Well, he actually doesn't technically need it, but it would be within the logic.
Hey, just keep going back to not having a sword. We've got 9 hearts, blue mail, hammer, cold stare, no half magic.
Alright, let's see if Maligord can pull it off. And Maligord taking a death there.
Not quite, but that's not a huge time loss.
Yeah. Looks like he's gonna go for it again. He was very close to killing Blind the first time, so I don't blame him.
Yeah, I think it was 7 out of 9 hits, so he'll have a little more health this time going in. I think he'll pull it off. Try number 2. Troupster setting up the Ice Palace bomb jump.
Without a sword, it's a little bit more painful, but not by too much.
Troupster having some troubles. I think he's gonna have to back out, yep.
Alright, Maligord, we believe. There we go.
Yeah, good fight.
and being awarded with some bombs and a crystal. That would be our. Well, no, Troupster also has a crystal, so we're tied up right now, crystal-wise.
Looks like Troupster is gonna run around Village of Outcasts and grab a few things. We'll see if he dips into Thieves Town without the big key, like Maligord just did.
Troupster finding that mushroom. Now he could use it to fake powder at Batcave. I'm not 100% familiar with how the trick works, but I know you can use like the mushroom to basically fool the bat into thinking that he's been powdered.
Yeah, you run yourself out of magic, and then you use the cane, and while that is still making the error noise, you can use the mushroom. It is certainly an option for both these players.
And Maligord also doing that map check and learning what we already know about that crystal and pendant there.
Blacksmiths were busy making bomb upgrades, I guess, today.
It's a lucrative business.
And Troupster just dug up the big key to Eastern.
He's digging it. Now, I don't think Maligord found the shovel yet, so he'll have to skip the... You'll have to skip the flute spot. Did you just see that?
That's a sword.
Yep, at 53 minutes into this race, we finally have a sword found by one of our runners.
So if you have both runners carrying a purple chest, they're just one following the other right now. Let's see what's in it. The single arrow.
Most important arrow in the game. I know there was like some meme about like it being the arrow that kills Ganon, but
We need a bow and some silvers before that can happen.
that is very true. I'm just finding some cash there at the Bombos tablet. And Troupster almost dashing away without the chest.
So did Maligord skip the dig game? I didn't see him do it, and he doesn't have the big key from Eastern on his tracker.
I don't recall him doing it. But Maligord's finally, after squeezing through that dead rock there, he's going to go ahead and make the play back up to Death Mountain. I don't think there was really anything of like progressive value up here, from what I remember at least. I have a bad memory sometimes, but... But at least they'll have all these places checked up here.
Troops are doing a little sword dance.
All right.
Oh, and there's another Turtle Rock key.
I'm gonna stop
Oh.
making. What did you see there?
Oh, nothing. I thought I
Okay.
misread something. So Troupster has access to Turtle Rock and can clear everything except for the vanilla big key chest if he chooses. Although again, it's just with a just with the fighter sword.
I think he'll probably use that key to maybe check Hera basement. Since he's here.
Yeah, I was wondering if he was going to Spike Cave, but you're right. I don't think he can do Spike Cave yet.
It's in the. It would be technically in the logic. The logic no longer requires you to have an immunity item. Only in one hit KO will the logic require it. So, but even then, I don't think he has enough hearts really to do it.
Yeah, it would take a couple potions at this point. Well, maybe just one, but too steep a price to pay at this point.
Plus, he probably figures he has some opportunities down the road to route that in as well.
Troupster's going to Turtle Rock.
To be honest, with the keys that he has, and the fact that he has the big key, I don't blame him.
Oh, I love the play. And I think he
Yeah.
still has a green potion, if that is needed when he gets to Trinex.
And there's our Master Sword. They're in the Hera basement. That's going to help him out. Also, killing Trinex will also unlock, it'll unlock the fairy, right?
Yeah, it's our
Pyramid fairy.
second red crystal.
Oh, don't worry, we're going to see some delicious hammer strats out of Troupster here. So based on what we know right now, what is our pedestal hype index looking like?
Well, it could be Quake still. And I guess a couple keys. Is that about it, though?
Yeah, it might have some big keys as well.
Yeah, or silvers, I suppose, but we'll see if either runner would care to spend the time for that. It could be the Ganon's Tower big key. That's for sure.
Yep, that is always in play. It's a pretty remote chance, but you know, it can happen. I was actually doing a little bit of research, and the pedestal in Keysanity only has about a 3.5% chance to actually be anything good that's required by our runners.
Wow, I can't believe it's that low.
Yeah. It's lower than open and standard, actually.
Maligord picking up the flute to even out their travel capacities.
And Troupster's going to go and steal that key so he doesn't has one less key he has to use in this dungeon. That vanilla big key chest, though, could have something really useful in it. There's been some races where runners have been trolled by that.
It's one that a lot of people skip because it's just so easy to skip it. So we've got a few chests left here in Turtle Rock, along with Mimic Cave. But after that, we seem to be running out of locations. I guess neither runner has checked Catfish. And is that about it? First chest in Swamp is always a trolley location if it has something.
Yeah, especially since we don't even know if it's required or not yet.
Oh, so Troupster just picked up that last Turtle Rock key. Is he going to go right back and get that chest he skipped?
There's another Dark Palace key.
Oh, it looks like Troupster has the Swamp key. I missed that. It must have been on the right side of Turtle Rock. So I'll imagine that's where he's going next.
Yeah. It would make sense. There's a lot of chests in there to check, and I have this general philosophy that, like, Swamp Palace isn't required until it is.
Troupster with almost no magic and very little health, going through an area where it's pretty easy to get hit a couple times.
I think he still has that green goo. There we go. He has full magic. That game knowledge paying off right there, knowing kind of where all those items are sitting. And the mushroom has the blue cane.
So with no invincibility items, let's see if Troupster can pull off some good laser skips. Oh, and there's our Tempered from Catfish. They could have accessed that so long ago. Troupster with the death, but it's no big deal since he went out and reestablished the start of the temple.
To be honest, he has some health now, which will be pretty useful. Laser bridge really not paying though.
Yeah, just a map, a compass, and a 1 1/4 hearts.
What is Troupster doing now?
I think he's debating hammer Trinax or no hammer Trinax. And the answer is no hammer Trinax.
And I think now he's realizing that he could be in the Dark World first.
Yep. I think I would have given Trinax a try there with 10 hearts and, well, I guess 6 hearts. I think you gotta make a try for it. And if you die, you die. I don't want to make that trek again if I don't have to.
But more importantly, this actually gives Maligord kind of a small advantage because now he'll be able just to go in there and with that tempered sword clean up in Turtle Rock.
And he just picked up the big key to Tower of Hera, so while he's up there, he can take care of that too. I think this match might be swinging in Maligord's favor now. But of course, Troupster could find a whole bunch of value here in Swamp.
And looks like the troll chest there only given a big 20.
Are we gonna get a pedestal check? Sure looks like it.
All right, chat, get your pedestal hype out.
Oh, and at the same time, Troupster grabs the bow from Swamp.
Oh boy. Well, that's a find. Triple boom. Looks like it's just some bombs there. Not really that useful for Maligord. Still useful information to have, though.
Maligord having the 2 extra swords is going to be so important in these fights. Like, I mean, when Troupster gets to Argus, that fighter sword isn't going to do a lot of damage. Might have to use hammer strats.
And hammer strats on Argus are a lot of fun.
If by fun you mean time consuming, then yes. Oh no, Maligord.
Yeah, those wall masters can really be trolly sometimes. Oh yeah, and he has to go with the bow, the boomerang there because the sword isn't going to reach. Only the master sword later reaches to that switch.
So Maligord will have just over half of his magic meter and the tempered sword facing Mothula. With blue mail, it's not the easiest fight in the world, but it certainly could get a lot harder.
And he still has that blue goo as well. Or that green goo. Me and color's no bueno. And there you go.
That was a good fight.
Yeah, very clean Mothula kill there. Well, we found out that Skull Woods is in fact a crystal. We still don't know what Eastern and Swamp Palace are. We'll find out about that pretty quick here. Wait, what was that map? Did you see that?
I think it was the map to Swamp.
That would hence the slashes, I guess.
So Troupster doesn't have the big key here, but he can still complete the rest of the dungeon.
Maligord getting his compass. Didn't you read that earlier?
He did. I wonder if he was unsure what it meant, like we questioned if it was a big key or a compass. There's the Quake Medallion in Swamp.
And there's our access to Misery Mire. Now I think we're in new territory here because we don't quite know what some of these chests are in Hera. And get your menu hype going.
This fight is just no fun.
Though he did realize that since he's missing a medallion there, that it's one less press to switch between the two. Some efficient menuing there.
Maligord just ripping through Tower of Hera.
I'd say that this race is really turning around for Maligord. He's in a pretty good position at the moment.
He is in pretty good shape, but he needs to find that swamp key so he can get his bow and Quake. So we see that Swamp was a crystal, so Swamp had quite good value today.
And I think that's our 7th crystal that we're aware of now, making Eastern, in fact, a pendant.
Troupster just learning about the red crystals. So he did pick up the small key to desert, which I don't believe has been used. So we'll see if he goes there or back to Turtle Rock. Because he did not pick up the key to Harry yet. Oh, but he did pick up Quake, so it looks like it's probably Misery Mire.
Yeah, it'd be a good play at this point. Especially with having the big key, we'll be able to full clear this. So you actually don't need any small keys to actually beat Misery Mire. One key helps with the routing, but you can full clear it with just 0.
But what is he going to use to kill the boss? More hammer strats?
I'd say more hammer. Well,
That's a tough fight with the hammer.
yeah, but that's a lot of hammer hits. I'm not sure the exact number on top of my head, but
The red mail will help, that's for sure.
well, Troupster's now even redder. He does have the bow, so that bow strat's and he has like 60 arrows, so we could take out Vitreous that way. It's not as clean as with silver arrows, but it'll do.
Yeah, that's got to be better than the hammer.
Yeah. Now, Maligord only has 2 Turtle Rock keys. But it looks like he might be making a play for TR.
Yeah, I don't recall where the third one was, and we know there was one in there. I believe it was Mimic Cave that had one.
Yeah, I believe that's correct. That's another pod big small key. He has all 6 now.
But that doesn't gain him anything because he did the hammer jump to get what he needed.
That's true.
So he still needs that big key. There's the powder. That's a great thing to find.
This is a really nice safety item. And it also unlocks Batcave, which our runners haven't done yet.
Chat's asking who's in the lead. I would venture to say that Maligord has a slight advantage right now.
Yeah, he just found that swamp small key. And Troupster's running through uncharted territory here. Yeah, that Ice Palace key we're not going to need. Well, not yet, at least.
Maligord needs to be careful. Does he use it? This potion? Yes, he does.
Yeah, these chain chomp guards do a ton of damage. Now, all we have left is Vitreous. He'll go ahead and kill him. So far, except for the powder, we really haven't found a whole lot in this dungeon.
So Maligord stole that key and skipped the vanilla big key chest, just like Troupster did. So he's going to make his way to the laser bridge to find nothing, but more importantly, he's going to find that key in Mimic Cave so he can get through Trinax.
And Maligord will be really happy, though, to find this small key here. Because he's probably thinking to the back of his head that, you know, he's not going to be able to finish this thing yet.
So Troupster did decide to go with some bow strats. I don't know if I've ever done this. How many hits do they take? 3? It looks like.
Yeah, and he has plenty of arrows. I've been more scared if he had like only 20 or something going into this.
But he doesn't have plenty of health.
Yeah, he will have to be careful in that regard. And then also realizing that all he has is that green goo. I think he'll just exhibit some caution here. I think he'll be fine.
Just keep moving. Move and shoot.
Ooh, that was close. Cutting it close there.
And then just 8 more. That was a good fight. Nice clutch fight.
Yes. And $300 for his trouble there. And more importantly, a crystal. So what I'm thinking he's going to do is he's probably going to turn in this mushroom and also probably buy himself some pots.
He's got plenty of money, that's for sure.
Also find the best cane in the game, besides the red cane.
Nice. I thought you really blew that one.
I see what you did there.
It's okay, I'm a dad. I'm allowed to make those jokes.
It looks like Troupster's probably going to go back into pod. I mean, he's able to finish it now, and Helmasaur could have something.
There are chats asking about the missing swords. There was one in Hera Basement and one at Catfish.
All right, we're going to see a try next fight now from Maligord. I mean, with that tempered sword, that's going to be a lot easier. It's just 5 hits per head.
Troupster deciding to go into Eastern to pick up the 2 items that are left with the big key. As Maligord finishes up Trinex in a good fight.
Has he checked pedestal yet?
I do not believe so.
Okay. And Maligord getting his 5th crystal. Here's the hope when he makes a swap play. I think that he will now.
I think he will. We'll see if he does the Pyramid Fairies first, if he knows he's got both the red crystals. Sometimes in Keysanity, you don't know that you have them.
Yeah, it looks like he's probably going to do that.
Troupster went into Eastern to get that blue pendant and 51 rupees. Not so great.
But it's blue. Alright, what does the Pyramid Fairy have for us?
I got excited for that big key, but it was just the pod key. Which could still be important, but it's not as important as that Ganon's Tower key we're waiting for.
That's right, so I thought Troupster had the pod key, so I was misreading the tracker there. But he's gonna check these 2 items here in the bow locked section of pod.
strike number 1. And a key to Castle Tower. Do you make the play on a Castle Tower an hour and 30 minutes into the game?
That's a very good question. If he gets desperate, I could see him doing it. But I don't think he's to that point yet.
With him walking back this way, I gotta think he's going to Catfish to get his second sword.
Yeah, and you'll be happy to find that sword.
Maligord going to put that pod big key to use, but he still doesn't have the bow.
I don't think he ever hammer yumped.
He got at least the 2 chests in there. I don't know if he used a key to do it, but there was the fire rod in that section.
It looks like he is going to make the Castle Tower play on Troupster's side here. Putting that cape to good use. I missed that key. It was a Ganon's Tower key, but was it big or small?
Looks like the big one on the tracker.
All right, well, we know where that's at now.
That is enormous. So Troupster is close to go mode, but still needs to find the big key to Hera and another sword, which it looks like he's heading that way right now.
Looks like he's also missing the Thieves Town big key, at least according to the tracker.
Yes, I don't remember where that was. I feel like Maligord found it fairly quickly into the Dark World.
Yeah, and he also doesn't have the Hera big key either. But we do know we're in item go mode, definitely. We're just looking for keys. That's right. The Thieves Town big key was in Thieves Town. I should remember
Oh, right,
that.
yeah, of course it was.
Yeah, it's like my call out there. That's how good my memory is.
And I'm wondering if the Hera big key was locked behind that.
Yeah, I should have taken better notes.
Yeah, I wasn't very prepared, so I don't have anything written. There was a big key in this dig game, was there not?
There was something.
Just that garbage Eastern big key.
It looks like Maligord, or excuse me, not Maligord, but Troupster is going to go ahead himself and roast himself a moth. You got that swag, shovel dash. And then there's that TR small key. Do you think he'll go back into TR?
There's a chance that he might. Depends on how long it takes him to find that Ganon Tower big key.
He looks like he is going to go into Swamp, which is the right play for him right now.
For sure. This is really the only play, right? I mean, we've got 9 chests here that we can check without the big key.
So by the way, new players, if Gibdos in this room have you down, there's a medallion that can fix that for you. Yeah, Mothula is just so trolly because he doesn't take any damage if he's in those spikes when you hit him. And that just goes back to a quirk in the game's code. So as a kid, if you ever thought that Mothula was hard to kill, that's probably why.
I think he's my least favorite boss.
Yeah, I mean, the spikes are one thing, but the moving platform, ugh.
But that was a nice Master Sword fight there.
Yes.
So Maligord's going to make his way through Swamp. He's already got the bow. He's going to pick up Quake, which will lead him into Misery Mire, and he'll get the crystals from both of those. But we're still missing... What are we missing?
That we're aware of?
Yeah, that... He just needs to make his way into Castle Tower.
Yeah, I think we might be in no mode. So basically, I think we know everything that we need in order to beat the game. We know where it's at. Our runners don't quite yet.
Yeah, you gotta figure Maligord's gonna finish Swamp, finish Mire, and head right into Ganon's Tower. Look for that key in there. Maybe he'll stumble across the silvers while he's doing it.
Yeah, I would still say this is anybody's race still.
Yeah, I don't know why Troupster is avoiding Thieves Town so much. I mean, yes, I know that he doesn't have the small key or the big key, but those are still 4 chests that I like to route in with my normal Dark World overworld routing.
Yeah, it's very fast check, but you know, maybe he's hoping it's somewhere else. He might be making the play though.
Yeah, I think it's this right here. Or not. Magic Bat.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be right after that. I mean, how many other places can he go where he can find 4 chests? I mean, this might be his most dense location.
Alright, so what does Batcave have for us?
Just a useless map.
Well, if he didn't know where Turtle Rock was, he does now. Yeah, now I think he's gonna make that play. So far, the seed's been really kind to our runners, so...
Yeah, but we're getting to the point where it's not at all, because Troupster needs to go back to Skull Woods to get the Hera big key once he finds the Skull Woods big key. And Maligord's gonna have to make his trip to Aga Tower. We're gonna have a hunt for some big keys here.
Yep.
Starting in about 5 minutes.
And there's that French vanilla big key, and he's not happy right now.
I'll be interested to see if either runner goes into Ice Palace. I mean, there's a bunch of chests in there that neither one of them has seen. Troupster did the first part of Ice Palace.
Yeah. I mean, we both know it's a trap, but they don't know that. Yeah, but Maligord has that tempered sword, so he won't have to do the menu shenanigans. And
I just wonder if it's going to take Maligord a long time to go to Aga Tower. He might full clear this game.
well, Maligord is gonna go ahead and get his form upgraded there.
Troupster just found his small key to Hera, which will lead to the tempered sword for him. If he decides to go there.
Well, he'll have to at some point. It is a crystal, so... And there's that Skull Woods big key.
So there's the first piece of the puzzle. Let's see if he goes and uses that big key. Troupster is quite well equipped for this fight with red mail and plenty of hearts. This should be a piece of cake. And the fire shield, which is, this might be the best room in the game to have the fire shield.
Yeah. It was like Blind goes down, earning himself his, would be 6th crystal. It's now 5th.
Yeah, 5th. He still needs to go to Trinex and then get through Temple of Hera. Tower of Hera. Maligord's struggling on those spikes. That button can be pretty finicky.
I think we might also get to see what's in that vanilla big key chest. That'll be pretty nice.
Yeah, Troupster's gonna make his way through Turtle Rock. I imagine he'll check that chest and then go after Trinex. He's not in a significantly better spot than he was the last time, but he does have the powder, so he can refill his health. That is about the only difference fighting Trinex than last time, right? Because you're still going to use the hammer instead of the Master Sword.
Well, at least then with the Master Sword and Phase 2 of Trinex, you can maybe still slash him there, because getting the hammer there is a bit harder. And slashing him with the Master Sword might be faster.
So Maligord decided to skip the 2 chests on the left side of Mire.
Well, $300. So far to recap, really what Troupster is really looking for right now is that Hera big key. He has everything else that he needs to beat the game.
And that big key is in the big chest in Skull Woods, I believe.
Yep. And Maligord's going to be in a way better position of killing Vitreous. Brain fart.
But he needs to be careful. It's only 2 hearts.
Ooh. And Maligord taking a death. Actually, chat brings up a good point. Maligord does not have that big key for Ganon's tower, at least according to the tracker.
No, he doesn't. He needs to go into Aga Tower to get it. Troupster deciding to go with the Master Sword instead of the hammer. I don't know how many potions he bought, but I know he did go and buy a couple when he turned in the mushroom.
Looks like he'll be fine here.
So now the question is, where do you go next? I believe he has the small key to Tower of Hera. So he might head over there, and then maybe we'll see a Spike Cave check.
I don't think he has that small key, actually. So, yeah, I could still see him go into Tower of Hera, though. Dash strats.
Interesting choice to check Spike Cave first. Well, this could be Silver's. It's the most important thing we're missing. Now it's just the second key to Castle Tower, so he can go kill Aga 1 if he wants to.
Yeah, I think he's gonna make the Hera play. Getting that sweet spin hook speed there. Basically, to do that, all you have to do is just hit dash and the hook shot at the same frame while climbing up a ladder like this. It's pretty easy once you get it the first time.
So Maligord's got his 7 crystals, but no big key. So he's gonna full clear Ganon's tower here and find no big key. Meanwhile, Troupster is going to pick up that Tempered Sword.
Oh, I must have misread the tracker. I'm sorry.
Chat's trying to make up their own guessing game here. I'm guessing he checks 22 chests and doesn't find it, but what's the number going to be after that? That's going to be the make or break for him on this.
My personal guess is -1.
Looks like Troupster is heading up to get his big key to Hera.
And Maligord just murders Bob.
So this has to put Troupster ahead now.
Yeah.
He's got this. He'll be right there at Hera. Go right into Ganon's tower with the key.
What do you think he'll do to the chest?
We've seen a lot of bombs. He's just running now.
He's a man on a mission. And that puts Troupster into go mode?
Yeah, with the assumption he can do Silverless Ganon, yes.
I don't know. Based on what I've seen from him, I'm pretty sure he can do it.
Yeah, I would guess the same thing. So Maligord did pick up the Butter Sword, so that will be nice to have, but I'm sure he'd much rather see a big key at this point. The only one he's missing? No, he doesn't have Swamp's big key, but I'm pretty certain he would take a big key popping out of any one of these chests. Do you think Troupster's gonna bother with the big chest here, or is he just gonna go straight to the boss? It's a real quick check. Maybe find silvers.
I'd say he's gonna go for stuff that's just along the way. And I don't think that he'll check the big chest, but I've been proven wrong and right so far in this run, so yeah, it looks like he's going for it.
So Maligord's halfway through, hasn't found silvers yet, which is really going to be the advantage he needs to potentially catch up.
He did find the Butter Sword. And silvers.
Okay, so if he goes straight to Aga Tower and gets back up into GT, potentially he can make up the ground, but I think he's a little far behind at this point without some help from Troupster.
like he's gonna go for tile room first. This room wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't for that wall master, to be honest. Everything else is dealable, but you can't stay in one spot.
And he doesn't have the cape for the cape glitch. That's a tough way to get 10 arrows. At least they're silver. Maligord using bomb strats here because he's so low on magic. Oh, that is probably just heartbreaking right there. You see a big key pop out, and it's not the one you need.
So now he's thinking, where have I not checked?
Do you go to Swamp because you just got that big key? Do you go into Ice, which has a whole bunch of chests that we haven't seen? First, he's going to check Spike Cave, it looks like. He's got a lot of options. There's a lot of searching he can do here.
This is fairly unlucky for him. Like, he's making the right plays for the most part. It's just that he just didn't go back into pod later after getting that bow.
Looks like he's gonna do Eastern and then pod or some combination there. Get those few last chests he hasn't gotten.
Hopefully he goes into pod straight away. But even then, like, he'll probably clear, like you said, the rest of it as well, just before he actually goes up the castle tower.
Personally, I'd go to Ice before I go anywhere else. I think it'd be my first play. Because I don't think he went there at all. Is that correct?
That would be correct.
So
no, wait. Yeah, because Troupster tried.
Went in. Yep.
He got to the Ice Palace bomb jump and then failed.
So that's 8 chests that he can pick up.
Gets the one cycle on those whiz robes. That's always satisfying.
So this is definitely Troupster's race to win at this point. He's going to have to go Silverless Ganon with this Tempered Sword. And he's got a few tries at it. Honestly, he may even have time to go and find the silvers if he needs them.
Now he finds that Maligord finds that castle tower key. But he looks like he's
going to go to Helmasaur.
I mean, I don't blame him on this play. Like, he doesn't know where that big key is at yet for Ganon's tower, and it could easily be a Helmasaur.
Yeah, you're here, you might as well do this. And then he's going to do the same thing in Eastern right after this, probably.
I'm predicting that he'll check Castle Tower before he dips into Ice, but... Now will Troupster open the chest after Moldorm too?
I would try to find silvers. Now
Well-
he finds the mirror shield instead.
Yeah, it's a riot.
So we know Troupster used one of his potions on Trinax. I don't know if he still has 2 left. I don't know if that was 1 hit or 2. I think it was 1.
I don't think Maligord needs any magic here. I think he should be fine.
Yeah, he should be okay. So down goes Aga 2. Troupster's gonna jump into the Ganon fight. We'll see if he can pull it off. He's got plenty of time because Maligord's got just too much to check. Too many choices, I think.
With that Ice Palace small key, that might lure him in there, maybe? I guess we'll see here in just a hot second. Whereas on Troupster's side here, he's making quick work of Ganon. Taking advantage of that really nice position there to get a lot of spins on him.
Already on to phase 3, where he's gonna learn about those silvers if he needs them. So he doesn't get the torch glitch, so he's definitely gonna need potion, I believe. Having to do 2 torches a handful of times.
Yeah, Silverless Ganon without that torch glitch is really rough. And he falls.
Oh no.
That's unfortunate. That does give him another shot, though, to get that torch glitch. You can also bonk this tree here for a free fairy.
Maligord about to finish up Eastern and get his 50 rupees and a side of disappointment.
Catching Ganon in the corner again there.
So we'll see if he prioritizes the torch glitch this time. Looks like Maligord is making the play, doing exactly what he needs to do. Looks like he tried to get it, and his aim was just a little off. Oh!
It's still possible to do it. You have like a three frame window to spin him.
And now his torches are a little out of sync. Let's see if he can get into a rhythm here.
Looks like Maligord finding that key. Giving that chest there a quick quake.
So that means the clock is ticking here for Troupster. He's doing a good job here.
I think he's letting those torches get back into sync again.
I hope he has a potion.
I think he still has a green potion left. And there we
got
go.
it.
Yes. We'll have the official time here for you in just a second. All right, and Troupster has finished this race in first place with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 13 minutes, and 24 seconds.
He had my heart pounding, that's for sure. That was fun to watch. It was a good fight.
All right, looks like Troupster, we're going to get an interview with him. He'll be in Discord here in just a second. Hey.
Oh.
GG, I put you in the wrong channel. I'm sorry about that.
No worries.
GG.
Yeah,
Yep.
you had us. Sorry, go ahead.
That was intense.
Yeah, you had us at the edge of our seats there.
I was a little nervous the whole seed. That Ice Palace dip was pretty fun.
Yeah, that wasn't. I'm sure that wasn't your best Ice Palace, but that's okay. You got through it just fine eventually. So
I mean, I could bomb jump perfectly with a sword. I just forgot that all of my setups are with a sword.
Oh,
and so
yeah.
I just, yeah. It was a trap anyway, so I'm glad I didn't go back.
So I think the most important thing you did in the entire game happened in the first 30 seconds when you decided to hula hand, which gave you money for Zora.
I can thank my coach Kermit for that. He insisted before the race that I have to hula hand. He made it clear.
You got that Moon Pearl far before Maligord did.
Yeah, I didn't follow the logic very well. Having the upgraded mitts early is just crazy. There's just stuff everywhere to do.
Yeah, you certainly had a lot of choices.
So, what did you think about that Thieves Town key?
I had this feeling for quite a while that it was just sitting in there hiding, and I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna go in. Nah, I won't do it. I'm not doing it. But yeah, sure enough, first chest in there.
So what was going through your head the first time you went through Turtle Rock? You decided not to do Trinex. You just not comfortable
have you seen
with
my boss fights? Yeah, no.
they weren't that bad.
Yeah, some of them are pretty good, but I really haven't practiced them a whole lot, and I know that one I would just fail at. And I didn't have any potions at that point.
Oh, did you not have any?
Potion. Yeah. The green one, I think, maybe. So.
I think I probably would have gone through and probably failed with hammer strats.
Yeah, I was thinking, do I try the hammer strats? I'm like, no. My game plan going in was play solid, don't do anything crazy, just come back if you have to, and then it, paid off.
Are you comfortable with Silverless Ganon? I mean,
No.
you made it
I
look
killed him.
pretty easy. You did a good job with that, with having the equipment you had.
The first time I forgot I had to light the torches just from nerves.
Oh
And then
yeah.
I'm like, what's going on here? This fight's crazy. Oh yeah. And that was just bad. I think that was my only second Silverless Ganon kill, so...
That's pretty good.
Oh yeah. Nice work.
Yeah, I had a game plan for that too. If I got to Ganon with just Master Sword, I wasn't even going to try him. We discussed that as well. I was just going to go hunt for swords at that point.
We also very much enjoyed that first try hammer yump as well.
Yeah, those are the... I've practiced a few things, so that was one of them.
So if you're curious, Buttersword and Silvers are both in Ganon's Tower. Maligord found them while searching for the big key.
Oh yeah, I got the big key accidentally in my quest for the Hera big key, I think.
Yep, in Castle Tower.
Oh, they want me to hit my button. Sorry. Yeah, I've been bit by the catfish, so I decided I'm like, I could do a really cool thing here, and I can get up to the castle tower. I'd never done that before, but it just crossed my mind with the mirror, so I tried it out.
So,
Maligord's making his way into Aga 2.
so we talked about the bad things about the seed. What do you think the good thing about the seed was? What do you think you were happy with?
I mean, I didn't want to go up the mountain until I had mirror because it was pointing me at Hera. Like, I don't know, I just felt the items were saying, hey, go up to Hera. I'm like, okay, there's probably a mirror somewhere. So I was really happy with my decision to find the mirror before I went up. And then just walking into the second set of gloves, I mean, it was like 20 minutes in, having everything. That was crazy.
I'm going to interrupt here just to point out that Maligord's using the swag net on Aga 2. With 3 hearts, no less.
I didn't find the bug net. That must have been GT.
Yeah, I kind of missed it too. And the button that's actually not on our tracker, so like at all. So
Did he try Ice Palace at all?
He never stepped foot in Ice Palace. But
I feel like
he cleared out every other dungeon though.
in Keysanity, it opened up so early. I just was like, okay, I want to go into Ice Palace, but then that whole bomb jump disaster occurred.
hey, that bomb jump disaster probably saved you from wasting time. So silver lining, right?
Looks like he dropped.
Hey, Troop.
Yeah, my Discord just updated. Sorry about that.
It's all right. So I was saying is that your disaster in Ice Palace with the bomb jump probably saved you a bunch of time. So
Yeah, maybe that was meant to be.
all right, it looks like Maligord is now on Ganon.
And he's got Silvers and Butter, so this should be quick work.
That's scary. He's a decent player, and man, him having Silvers and Butter, all I needed was 1 or 2 more falls, and that would have been bad.
Yeah, we were nervous. You had my heart racing with those spins.
My heart was racing the whole seed.
I'm
from the
sure.
middle.
Yeah.
I'm glad he chose the best sprite as well.
I'm a big fan of its bunny form.
It's just great all around.
Yeah, that's the sprite community really did a good job with it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like in the middle of the seed, I started making bad decisions on routing, and I probably did fall behind. My early game was really good, though.
So, I want to ask you just some more meta questions. What do you think so far about the Keysanity tournament?
I think it's really cool. It's just it's a lot going on. If you try to actually follow the Keysanity logic, it is way more difficult than the previous tournament with just open. If you paying attention to the keys and the medallions, where you're going, you can route Keysanity, but it's a lot of things to keep track of. Even if you have a tracker, it doesn't. Like, I got gloves early, my whole map was lit up. Like, what am I supposed to do?
All right, and Maligord is now finished as well with official SRL race time of 2 hours, 22 minutes, and 10 seconds.
GG's.
So I'm seeing here if Maligord wants an interview. I'm still awaiting a response from Maligord. So Troupster, what do you think in general about the Keysanity mode?
I think it's really good. I think it's a huge challenge. It keeps your brain working. I mean, sometimes things just go wrong, but I'm the kind of guy that checks every chest anyway in open, so it's kind of designed for me, I think.
Yeah, I think this this seed was really gonna tell which side of the fence you're on with Keysanity. With that GT big key where it was, and the string of big keys to get to Hera, it's a lot more trolly than open mode for sure.
Yeah, I was getting a little frustrated with the Hera big key because all of my locations that were left were literally all over the map, 1-offs and 2-offs. So, except for Ice Palace. I kind of just started clockwise at Skull Woods and got lucky.
So I still haven't gotten a response from Maligord yet. Trying to think of another question here. I'm bad at questions.
Is that the longest you've ever been without a sword? 'Cause I think you went about 53 minutes.
It was a long time. I think I had one seed that was similar, so I'm not too afraid of it. I just know my limitations, like the thing with Trinex. I just go, okay, don't even try it. Don't be stupid. Even the baby sword. I was getting frustrated not finding a master sword, though. Yeah, I think is it Gesellschaft? She makes notes when she's playing. She has like a notepad where every time she makes a mistake, she writes stuff down. And I started doing that. So every time I need to practice a room or something, I put it on a notepad. I have a huge list of things to practice to get good at.
Yeah, I think if I did that, I'd have to have a whole notebook, and it would just be completely full.
Yeah, just everything in the game.
So Maligord says, I'm composing myself. So
Oh no!
I
I mean, just yesterday I failed on the bonk rocks, so I could certainly use some work here and there.
I mean, I thought I'd delete some time on Ice Palace today just for fun. I could see that location for the GT big key being really trolly, but I did find that both of those keys to the tower, which was like, okay, it wanted me to go there. I felt like.
Yeah, certainly if you find both those keys, you got to think there's a reason that they're both out there. And here's Maligord joining us. GG, Maligord.
GG, Mally.
think he's having some technical difficulty.
I think if I could do it over again, I would get into Thieves Town a lot sooner. Even if it was just the front 4 chests, I should have definitely checked those when I was checking everything else. That was my biggest mistake, I'd say. Well, besides Ice Palace.
Yeah, I try to route those in with my overworld routing now. If I just don't have the keys, I just go in there and grab them. Grab the 4 chests.
Yeah, and I had Mirror too. I was just really nervous and on autopilot for a lot of it.
I know that feeling. I had my first race yesterday, and I was just a nervous wreck through the whole thing.
I'm definitely going to watch this back and just laugh at myself afterward.
Check. Yes, we can. You're a bit soft, but we can hear you. You're soft, but we can hear you. So GG, by the way.
Sounds like he can't hear us now.
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, we're struggling to hear Mally. When he does come through, it's really faint. So while I got a moment, I'll mention that we do have another race coming up on this channel in about 20 minutes. It is a double race. We've got Dragon Master versus Mentos Man, and Miria Chan versus Strumpet Playa. And that's again starting at 11 o'clock tonight.
Yeah. Also, if you really enjoyed what you saw, please follow our runners. If somebody can do an exclamation R in chat. Without them, we wouldn't have a tournament. So please give them a follow. And also some massive shout outs to our tracker as well, Liam Atlas, especially getting caught up there in the beginning when we quite didn't have the tracker ready yet.
It truly is amazing all the work that goes into this style of tournament, and with hundreds of participants, it's pretty awesome that everybody's coming together to make it so fun. It's really cool.
It really is amazing that, Saturday we found out what the matchups were, and by, Sunday evening, we had, a good 75 matchups scheduled, and we had commentators and everybody else ready to go. It happened so quickly that it's really amazing.
Also, if you haven't had enough of Keysanity, there's going to be more for the next 4 weeks after this week. We're going to continue to have Swiss round races. We're going to have multiple races each and every single day, so you don't want to miss a bit of that. Make sure that you follow the Speed Gaming channel so you know when they're running. And after the Swiss stage, there's going to be a bracket of 8. The top 8 players are then going to race off or going to play each other in a bracket, and then we're going to crown ourselves a champion. I believe by mid-March, I think is what the current schedule is.
There's so many good players in this tournament too. If you take a look at the bracket, it's crazy.
Yeah, there's going to be plenty of great matchups for the next 5 weeks. Tons of entertainment, and I hope everybody enjoys it. Looks like Maligord could hear us for a second, and then not sure if that's still the case. Yes, there is another race here actually in about 15 minutes-ish. As we said earlier, we've got Dragon Master versus Mentos Man and Mirachan versus Strumpet Player.
It's unfortunate here that we couldn't get this mic working, but GG Mally. You played a good game and just kind of got trolled by that big key. But you had a lot of good fights, so you had a good run, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm asking him a question over the race IRC right now.
Oh no.
Yeah, this might be a paragraph. I might just get dots out of him. So I asked Maligord what he thought about the GT key placement, big key placement, and he says, quote, it was something that I should have checked earlier, of course, and it was in my mind, but I couldn't justify the one location over others, especially with Crystal Dungeons being available. 22 GT locations versus one castle tower.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, he wasn't checking one-off locations here and there. He was going to places with higher density, and that just didn't work out in this race.
I'm thankful I accidentally walked into that key.
I'm also asking him another question here. Oh, and for the previous question, he also says Light World was frustrating too. Seemed like I was always one step behind.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, the last thing he possibly could have done was to go to Zora. He had to farm rupees and able to go to Zora and get that Moon Pearl.
I then asked him the question, what does he think about Keysanity in general? He says, quote, I enjoy the mode, I really do, but there's a lot of potential for this to happen, with dots between the 4 and then this. One missed location is all the more valuable.
I think he's spot on with his assessment. I think Keysanity, if you get out of whack with the logic, you end up doing this back and forth thing over and over and over again. And it can be frustrating.
It definitely can be frustrating. So you had that GT big key in the castle tower. In my race yesterday, I had both Moon Pearl and Hookshot, and it took a double dip.
Oh, that's not nice.
Because we didn't have the lamp, so unless you knew that dark room, it took a double dip for me at least.
So we have I asked him if he had any final thoughts for our audience. He says, quote, thanks for watching, and thank you guys for the commentary, tracking, and restream, and GG to Troupster.
Yep, GG to both runners, and thanks for everybody who helped put this on.
So I think with that, are we going to sign off now?
Yep, I think it's time to give them a few minutes here to get ready for the next race at 11 o'clock.
All right. I am Sinek, and my co-commentator is...
Scooty Puff Jr.
You have any final thoughts?
This was a pure Keysanity seed if I've ever seen one. Plenty of trolls.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.
See ya.